Okay guys, like I said, I won't leave you hanging. We're in room 25 of 50, so we're doing pretty good. Okay, in this room there are a bunch of Stalfos. So the easiest way to do this would be to just assign bomb arrows, and of course they all congregate underneath the ledge, and then take them out from up here. They only, if I'm correct, they only require one bomb arrow per Stalfos, and then if you're cool like that, then you can take out more than one at once. But that's really only if you're on not up here like I am. Let me see if I can if I go back in here, if they'll go back to where they came from. Running around, woohoo! I'm on a roll! Lame joke. Anyway, yeah, the map, just as a random note, the maps really don't help you. It just helps me, if it's, especially if it's dark in the room, to like see where the door is. I don't know if this will work, but let me try something. I do have 2 supplies of water bombs, but water bombs will combine with your arrows, despite what the guide says. Okay. Oh, it doesn't work. They're too far away. Wait, let's try this again. Come on, wait for it, wait for it. Bam! It worked! So if they congregate under the ledge, you know what to do now. Okay. Hang on a second. Where am I right now? Okay, next room. This next room can only get annoying or really only gets annoying if the bubbles that are in here get in your way. I don't think I can tag this one. Oh, I can. Sweet. Cool. Got all 3 of them. When there are bubbles in a room, generally it's accepted that you don't stand on the ledge, because just like that, one can wake up and it will try to attack you from the ledge. And you can't hit it without falling down. Sometimes it is a challenge. You gotta wait for it to show up and then boom. But just, dive in really and just watch out for the bubbles, I would say. The Skulltulas really aren't your biggest threat here, because they're pretty slow compared to the bubbles. And if you want to, I think you can even take out the Skulltulas with a couple of arrows. Whoops. See, like that, I'm just getting whooped here by the Skulltulas mainly, or the bubbles mainly. Despite the fact that, Skulltulas look pretty freaky, I actually kind of like them. As an enemy, there's no way in fact, if they were real, I'd probably ride on one, considering it didn't eat me first. But I like Skulltulas. Actually, one of my favorite enemies in the Zelda game. And my favorite race are the Zoras, just so you know. This room, you can, whoops, sorry, wrong button again. This room, you can cheat by, going to town on them with the bomb arrows, especially Lizalfuses, because the Boblins, they're not hard to beat up. Like I said earlier, they're stupid. So, ouch, you just gotta watch out for the one that decides he wants to club you. Pwned. See. And like I said, I'm so glad Link has a shield. Because if he didn't, then that Boblin, or that Bokoblin would have landed a hit on me. I don't know what the next room is. Oh shoot, I missed it. I'm sorry guys, in the previous room with the Skulltulas and bubbles, there was a dig spot. It only gave you 1 heart, so unless you're like really desperate for hearts, it wouldn't do you much. And like, I've only got 2 hearts missing right now, so that's not bad. In this next room, you got more of the skeletal enemies coming up. Stalkins, and then don't try to, there's Stalfos, 2 Stalfos right there. Don't try to, oh, there's also a couple of bubbles, but don't try to, shoot the Stalfoses with bomb arrows while they're not, while they haven't formed yet, because it won't work. It won't destroy them or anything. So So just jump in and go to town on everything. The Stalfos is actually really, don't worry about them until you have everything else beat up, you know, because they don't really strike at you until, you know, you strike at them, really. And just watch out for the bubbles, especially because they're not just regular bubbles, they're fire bubbles. Which I used to have I had a jacket that had a flaming skull on it. The skull didn't have wings, but I called it my fire bubble jacket. And of course my mom hated it, but I was just like, whatever. It's my Zelda jacket. I'm awesome. You know, not that I don't love my mom, because I do. And she did eventually get rid of it. Ouch. Stalfos just got me. But like I said, I was trying to get rid of the, whoops. Yeah, I was just trying to pull it out so that I can easily do this. Boom! See? Told you, got both of them at the same time. Got a blue and green rupee out of that. Okay. Next is, I believe, a great fairy. Let's check that out real quick. Oh, I don't know what that is. It's like a door. It sounded like a door shut, but I don't really know what the point of that is, considering, you know, you can't get back up to the door that you were just at. So I don't know what the deal with that was. Okay, I'm not even going to read it, because every fairy, after the first one, says the same thing. So, the first one is the first fairy you come to is the only one that says anything other than what they just said. Oh, this room is actually, man, I keep on hitting the wrong button. This room is actually pretty easy. The Kisses don't bother you unless you jump down into the pit. So the easiest way is to just take out all the BMOs from up here, and which is possible. I have done this on several occasions. You know, so take out all the BMOs from down here. And you do need the Dominion Rod, so if you don't have the Dominion Rod, then you can't continue. In fact, if you didn't have the Dominion Rod, I don't think the fairy would let you continue, but I'm not sure about that, because I've never had that problem. So, you need the Dominion Rod. Yank that out and go to town on these statues. Well, you know, don't go to town on them, but you know, get them out of your way. Okay. That's done. That's a torch. Oh, this room, I believe, is referred to as the guide Trial by Fire, because there are fire bubbles, fire keys, torch slugs, and dodongos. So you're going to have fun in this room. There's 2 fire bubbles, like I said, sitting on the ledge, or hanging out on the end of the ledge, you know, earns you that right to hit those fire bubbles. It is a little bit better to just wait it out, you know, until they do come, so that you don't have as many fire bubbles to deal with when you go down there. You know, it does take a lot of time, or it does take more time to go through the Cave of Ordeals, but, you know, unless you're not on a tight schedule, then it doesn't really matter. Okay, bring out the claw shots again. There are torch slugs on the ceiling. Take that one out. Is there a... Okay. I thought there was a fire bubble beneath me, but their wings flap a lot slower than the keys. Okay, so those are down. There are more fire bubbles down there, but those shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just, you know, hack and slash as you please. I think you can also take out fire bubbles from the top by shooting arrows at them, but you know, but they will bounce around after that, so that may be a little bit of an inconvenience for you. You know, because you can't really target something that's moving, and if you can, then you're okay. And dodongos are pretty easy to defeat as long as you have the Master Sword and as long as you know to attack the tail and not the head. So that's always good. I'm going to turn this down a little bit because I feel like I'm yelling too much. Okay, let me check what's in this next room. I haven't memorized the rooms, believe it or not. Okay. This next room is not one of my favorite rooms. There are more redeads. There's one beneath the ledge that you can't see. Oh, never mind. He's not beneath the ledge. He's just right in front of it. But when you originally come through this room, there is a Poe in here, and he is in the very center of the room. So, the recommendation for that is that you don't, you stay along the sides. Hang on a second, it's still too loud. There, the recommendation that the book gives you is that you stay along the sides of the room so that you don't attract the attention of the Poe. And if you do that, it actually does really work. So that's not too much. That's not too bad. And you can just approach this guy from behind, and he doesn't even notice you. I actually did like the way the redeads looked in this video game compared to like Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker. Because they weren't like trying to eat your face off, or as most people on the internet say, trying to molest you. Okay, this next room. It's not really hard. I believe there's a chew that comes down from the ceiling, and then there's ghost rats in here, which of course you can't see, but of course they can see you. And you can I actually think you can hear them. I don't want to scoop up no purple chew. I don't even have an empty bottle, so I don't know why you're telling me to do that junk. This is actually a good place to utilize the whole claw shot thing. Because because since you are slowed down, it is a bit inconvenient. Oh, really? It is a bit inconvenient, for you to just kind of hack and slash at the chew while you're incapacitated almost. There is another dig spot in here, but I won't tackle that until I have all the enemies down for the count. Okay. And usually you can tell, because the music stops, but don't always count on that. Or you can tell when you've defeated all the enemies because you'll hear the door open. I forget that you can turn the camera in this game, because in the Wii you can't do that. Wii version you can't do that, which I hate. Where is that dig spot? I just saw it. Oh wait, here it is. Ah, wrong button. Okay. It's like I'm getting confused. Turning back into a human. Okay, this next room, referred to by the guide as the Chilphos Chamber, is the best way to tackle it is to use bomb arrows, because Chilphos, oh snap, that's not the right room. I'm terribly sorry, I made a very bad mistake. That's a freezer, that is not a Chilphos. Okay, so different strategy involved here. I'll explain the Chilphos Chamber thing later. Okay, whoa, look out. So go around, go ahead and jump in the room, but make sure that once you jump in, you don't stop moving, because that freezer will follow you wherever you go, which is really annoying. And then, once he's done spewing out frost, which I totally missed that, when he stops trying to breathe on you, go ahead and go to town on him with the ball and chain, and then go to town on his children with the ball and chain, or with his remnants, whatever it's called, with the ball and chain, and then you've got it. Okay, the next room is the Chilphos Chamber. I skipped one. I'm sorry. Okay, so for the said Chilphos Chamber, the best way to approach this is to use bomb arrows on them, because they are very hard to defeat. Hand-to-hand combat. Well, maybe they are for me. I don't know about for you, but make sure you hit them twice, because if you hit them, or if you don't hit them a second time, they will reform the spear in their hand, and that makes them, and that way you have to hit them all over again. And I'm kind of failing at this, because they kind of move around a little bit, so watch out for that. A way you can tell is if they're still in the room is, for one, if the door doesn't open, and you can also, if you have good hearing, you can hear them walking around. So, which I utilize that in a different later room. Sorry, I'm kind of talking a mile a minute here. Okay, this next room, room 37, you just have a bunch of bubbles, and I believe they're ice bubbles. No, they're not. I'm confused. So you know what? I don't know anymore. Well, I'm just going to jump in. Here we go. Oh, that's right. Levers and ice bubbles. Here we go. Okay, use the the spin again. There you go. That actually knocks out some of the bubbles too, I think. Okay. Shoot, I've only got 11 minutes on this take. This may be a three-parter. I'm very sorry about that. I'm trying to go through this as fast as I can. But, okay, here's the fun one. You got, looks like ice bubbles, ice keys, and chill posts. And there's a ice bubble trying to get me right here. Oh, shoot. Ah! Yeah, don't let him... Hey, that's an easy way to take care of me. Okay, now, the chill posts of all things go first. That's just standard issue, because they are the, you know, the thorn in your side for the majority of the game. I think you can actually take out some of the bubbles with the bomb arrows too, as I don't know if you saw that, but I just did. Ah! I hate it when that, I don't like it when you're hanging on the ledge and you're trying to get them, because that way they can ram you off the ledge and into the danger zone. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's it for the chill post. Hang on, let me listen for a minute. Yeah, okay. Freeze hard! Okay, just take care of the keys. Hang on, guys, I gotta let out my whiny dog. Go on, bro. Alright. If I don't trip over the chair first. Okay, okay, freezers are the only one left. Assign your ball and chain. Now, approaching from one side and then quickly roll to the other side. Boom, boom, and then boom. Ah! He's coming for me! Okay. Okay, and then rinse and repeat once more. Make sure you go fast with this, because this guy does not show any mercy. Boom. And you can take out the mini freezers with your sword, but I wouldn't recommend it because it makes them bounce around, and they could end up bouncing right back into you. Okay, here is where it gets really hard, especially if you have a tough time with bosses. Now, the first time you come through the Cave of Ordeals, there are only the 2 dark nuts that you see right here. But if you listen, there is one beneath you the second time you come through. Now, the easiest way to do this is to just go ahead and pull out your sword, drop off the ledge, be careful, and then wait until he swings, leap at him, and then hack and slash. That's pretty much it. Now, you may end up attracting the attention of one or both of the dark nuts, but the trick is to just keep focusing on the one that you've already weakened. Ouch! I didn't mean for that to happen. The easiest way to attack a dark nut that has been completely stripped of his armor is to use that one hidden strike that allows you to like well, you just saw what I did, so hopefully you can follow from there. I've actually done a pretty good job of not attracting the attention of all three, which is actually really shocking. Oh, I'm sorry, I waited too long. I was too busy talking. See, I only just now attracted the attention of the third one. So, and then avoid the sword, of course. Always avoid the sword. And remember, focus only on the one that you've already weakened. Don't even worry about the one that hasn't been stripped of his armor yet. Whoops, watch out. Sorry, Link. Yeah, so don't even worry about that one yet. Don't strip him of his armor at all. Either that or you will get mixed up. Or you might get mixed up. You can kind of stow his, the third one's, from attacking you by, hitting him with your sword, because then he'll do that, and, he won't want to attack you. Okay. Okay, wait for it. Boom. Wow, that was awesome. I think if I'm right, that only took me about 2 minutes. I have done that several times before, so that may be a little bit more difficult for someone who's kind of new to the Zelda universe and to this game. Because I remember the very first time I did it, I was so nervous that I was shaking and everything. So blah blah. But yeah, that's the standard approach. Just focus on one at a time. Don't freak out. Don't panic. But this is where the rooms get a little bit harder. Okay, as you can see, this room is filled to the brim with Armoses. The way to approach this is to just drop down and attract one at a time. Now, this does sound painstakingly slow, and believe me, it is. I have done this several times. But as long as you just only focus or only attract one at a time, it doesn't become overwhelmingly hard. I have never had the problem or the of attracting more than one at a time. So I don't really know what it's like, if you were to attract, wake them all up at once. I'm not really sure if you could, make them go back to their original positions. There are claw shot panels around the room, which that was a catch for this room. You couldn't continue on unless you had the claw shots, both claw shots. So you could maybe hang off for one of those and see if they would return to their original positions eventually, but I don't know for sure, so I'm not saying, do that. Do not try this at home, kids. Pretty much. Yes, this is a painstakingly slow process, but it does work in the end as long as you just don't rush and don't panic. That's the thing about the Cave of Ordeals, is just don't panic, especially when it comes to the later and more challenging rooms. It does get a bit freaky at times. So, just don't panic, and he didn't want to go down. So, I may have to quit in the middle of this because I've only got 3 minutes left on the clock, looks like. But, just continue, if that does happen, just continue doing what I'm doing right now, and you'll get through this room just fine. This is the second run through of the Cave of Ordeals. I know I've said that several times, but this is as many Armoses that are in the room the first time around too. So this is not, this is not any different from the first time you go through. So that's good. There's only what 12, a total of 12 Armoses in here. 12 or maybe 3 less than that, otherwise known as 9? I can't think right now, I'm sorry, I'm trying to... you can use this. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes it just puts you right back in front of him, which is where you don't want to be. But yeah, it does work sometimes, or most of the time it does work. When you get down to the last 4, you know, you got a lot of room to work with, so you really don't have to worry, you know, about as much about bringing them as far back into the room. I do that anyway, you know, just as a safety measure, you know, so that I won't wake up any of the other Armises. And at this point, sorry, my dog. At this point, there are only 3 left, so I think that if you were feeling particularly adventurous or just wanted to get it done, either way, you could awake all 3 of them up at once, and they would, I think I was actually supposed to go for that one last, but you could wake all 3 of them up, and you still might not have as much of a problem with them, or maybe even just the last 2. You know, just whatever you feel is, you know, comfortable for you. I just don't do that because I, you know, try not to lose health here, and the last couple of rooms do get pretty challenging. So I do have, like, you know, as you saw, I do have like 3 potions, you know, that'll restore all of my health. So so you know. And then, in fact, on the last one, there's on the very last Armos, I have a method for taking it out just immediately, and I'll go ahead and show that to you. I won't spoil anything for you right up front. Alright, we grab the rupee. Okay. Boom! Oh, I missed. I know. Sorry, my mom just got home. Okay, so, I'm gonna have to wrap up pretty soon. Here we go. Use the claw shots to get out of here. Double claw shots to get out of here. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here because I've only got 12 seconds left, or 8 seconds left. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the next video.